All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to our team call. It is Monday, June 8th, 2020. And first, I just want to say, I just kind of want to like put my heart out there a little bit and be a little vulnerable here. I just want to say thank you for not giving up on me as your coach or your leader or mentor or whatever you want to call it. Um, I don't feel as though I have stuck to my end of the deal here. When I signed up to be a coach, I said I was going to mentor people and help people. And I don't feel as though I totally did all that. I mean, I do feel like I'm a good coach and I do feel like I help out as much as I possibly can and answer all the questions and give all the tips. But I stopped doing team calls a while ago because I just felt like, I don't know, I got a little defeated thinking, it was me and maybe the same people all the time, or maybe just one person. And then eventually there was no one for several times in a row. And so I was like, you know what? That's not what I'm here for. And so we're just not going to do them because they don't seem to be valued. But I really think that in doing that, I put myself in like a negative mindset that I couldn't be a good leader and that I couldn't help other people succeed in this business. I think I um, looked at it for a while as a burden and not as like a gift or like a brightness in my day to be able to get on a Zoom and see so many faces or, hear people watch recording and be like, that little nugget you shared or that little tip that somebody shared or that question that person answered really was, valuable. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. And we're just going to move on. So we're just going to kind of start where we are. And so my hope is that these will be, well, these are going to be every Monday. My hope is that, we can get some like guest speakers. I can get some guest speakers. I can get other, leaders maybe on the team to chime in. But we've already kind of done that. We've already kind of masterminded with them. But getting everybody, the other leaders in too, is helpful. But my hope is to maybe get some guest speakers and bring some different perspective because this isn't just the Megan show. And I tell I tell Carrie that all the time. I'm like, I don't want to do that because it just sounds like the Megan show. And it's not. It is the Be Fit, Be Free show and the downline. So, okay, that being said, they're going to go every Monday. They're going to be 8:30 Eastern time. And I just hope that if you are coming to these calls or listening to the recordings, that like you're making good use of you're making good use of your time. I hope that you're not just coming to, you know, say you are on a team call and snap a shot and like put it on Instagram. I hope you're actually doing things behind the scenes and taking what, these team calls are about and implementing and using that going forward. Okay, so I just wanted to I just had a little thing, and then I was going to kind of do a couple social media tips because everybody is always like in an inbox or texting about that. But I thought about this today, and you all showed up here tonight for a reason. So you just have to like think about that. Like, why did you show up? What does it mean to you to be, giving 45 minutes to an hour of your Monday night time to, people you only see via the internet most years. So what is your why? And this why for tonight, I want you to think of like, what prompted you to show up? Why did you care to be here? And what does this business mean for you? So these are going to be team calls. They're not going to be about, health and lifestyle and that sort of thing. They're going to be about building the business because that's my like heart and soul in this. I really enjoy helping other women see success in building this business. I am in love with the products and the programs, and I can preach that all day to my challengers, and my challengers have become my best coaches. So we're here to build our business because we're in love with those products and programs for some reason or another. So what do you want this business to do for you? I want you to think about that just for like a hot second. Um, Things change all the time. Seasons of life change, and your reasons for doing the business and your reasons for different goals in the business change all the time. So what is it that you want to do? What do you want this business to be for you? And it's my hope that you want this business to be something more than a 25% discount. That's my hope for you. Um, so then, if that is the case, if all of you in your brain are like, duh, I just don't want a 25% discount, like I actually want more, then this is your time that you need to draw the line in the sand. Now, I gave you at the top of the call my excuses for, stopping team calls, but I drew a line in the sand and I said, I need to step up and be better. Because if I'm not better, my team's not going to be better. And if they don't feel the need to be better, then where are we really going? So draw the line in the sand about what you're doing in your business. If it hasn't been going anywhere, then you need to really evaluate why. You need to start doing different things. Just start changing things up and seeing what sticks and seeing what works. And I also want you to think, we hear this all the time, and like everybody says it, when we see rank advancements or all the shout outs and stuff like that, but people think, why not you? And like, it might sound silly, but like, why not you? Because I was that person, now 6+ years ago, where I was watching people on social media as I was like rocking Bryce, and I was saying, well, they're not like, this is nothing special is going on here. And I don't even really like the way they're talking about things. Like, it seemed kind of spammy. But I said one day, like, if they can be so successful and it's like doesn't even feel that good of the way they're doing it, like, why can't I do it better? And why can't I succeed better? So you make the decision that you're going to be better and do better. One of those decisions, hey bud. One of those decisions to be better and to do better is to go diamond. I'm just gonna like throw that out there, get like the elephant out of the room, because everybody's always like, oh, we're gonna talk about like rank and stuff. But if you are serious about building your business doesn't really start until you're hitting diamond. And I say that because when you hit diamond, you have other people that are looking to you to also hit Success Club and also sign up coaches. And when you have other people relying on you, then that's when your business really begins, because you're like in it. Okay. If you don't have anybody else relying on you, then in the business, then you're going to be okay one month, hitting Success Club. You're going to be okay one month not. You're going to be okay, with just somebody, going down to BOD quarterly rather than really getting them the total solution. And it's just going to be all this fluff. And if I want to say this, if that is just where you're at, like a casual, like, I don't even care what happens, I'm just here to help all the people and all the pulses, then that's fine. And I have no problem with that. But you need to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with your coach, whether that's me or another leader on the team. You need to be honest with what you're doing here. That because transparency is everything. Like, if we don't know, we can't help you. If you're not sure, then you don't even know how I can help you, and I'm here to help. So the decision to be a diamond coach is yours alone. It's not the people following you. It's not the circumstances in your life. It's not the responsibilities in your day to day. It's you who's got to make the decision. So there's no excuses about it. It's literally two hands and a little bit more, 12 people. And sometimes you're like, well, if I can't even get like one person to sign up in a month, how am I going to get 12 people to like all coordinate and work together? Well, let's think about it. If you're only getting one person to sign up in a month of something, of some fashion, I don't think we're really being consistent in our business practices. Don't think we're being consistent in getting results, in pouring into our mind, in and inviting people, bottom line. So if you think, well, I only had one or two this month, or I had none, and I need like 12, well, clearly you have to look at what you've done. And like I said before, do something different. But it's not hard. It's 12 people, and two people are doing it like getting their own people to sign up. So that's your decision. And not because I need you to be diamond, but I want you to do this because I want you to know that you can. I want you to know that, if Susie Joe down the street is nothing special and like drawing eyes on her Instagram, and she can go diamond, or she can go 2-star, or she can, make $100 a week in cycle bonus, like, why can't you? Like, you actually can. Okay. Oh, sorry, I thought I just heard crying, but I don't. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say was, whatever this business means to you, obviously it's a business. It obviously does include making money and earning money. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing sleazy about it. People go to work every day, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 7 to 7, and they make money, because money does make an impact on what we do, where we can go, who we can help. Okay. So whatever like, you have to have a money goal. Like, I just don't even know how else to say it. If you want to work this business and be successful, you've got to figure out something that it means to you to earn. Okay. So it doesn't matter to me whether you want to I am not here to tell anybody to quit their job. I am not here to tell anybody to go full time with this. I am here for you to figure out, what do you need every week to live better, to have more opportunity, to have a little bit more freedom. And that's not just freedom of time, but like freedom in your pocketbook. Okay. Wait, do we call them pocketbooks anymore? No, like, that's old. um, so freedom in your fanny packs. I don't know. That's the thing these days, fanny packs. So here's the thing with Beachbody. That sounds dirty. With Beachbody, there is I've been here for 5 years now. There's no other community. Okay. There's no other organization, there's no other community out there that has the like close, tight-knit, like, everyone actually like gets each other kind of vibe, and we're there to support and, empower and pump you up. And like, who else is literally going to tell you like, hell yeah girl, when you just got your ass kicked by Shantae? Like, nobody's really going to tell you that's awesome, but like, that is good that you let Shantae kick your ass, and we're going to pump you up for that. So whatever it is, whether it's, whether it's living your freest life, living your best life in whatever that is to you. I don't care if you want to redo your whole house. I don't know, whatever. We live in a world where the only thing that's going to make a difference is people showing up and people having more freedom to make an impact. Okay. And I think now more than ever, people are seeing that. Like, if we are not confident, if we are not strong, if we are not, if we are not, what is the word I want to say? smart in our minds to say the right things and stand up for the right things and do the right things. Like, that's what we're here for. And that's what your business should be built for. It should be so you can make an impact somewhere. And what I want you guys to do is not only make an impact in the world, but I want you to make an impact at home. Okay. I want you to one day like have your kids or your spouse or whoever is near and dear to you, your mom, your dad, your grandma, whatever. I want them to say, like, I'm really freaking proud of you for this work that you've been doing. Like, you're making a difference in people's lives and you're also making a difference in yours. Um, you know, there's like, it's people think it's just workouts and shakes and that's all there is. But yes, we're based on workouts. Yes, we're based on shakes. Yes, we're based on Energize, obviously. But it's so much more. Everything just begins there, though. If you're committed to a program, if you get results, if you're figuring out how to eat well, if you are encouraging other people to do that, if you are showing up in your virtual boot camp, your accountability group, your community, whatever you want to call it, if you're showing up in there consistently and day over day, just doing 1% better, that's what matters. And that's what people want to know, that you keep showing up. Because there's so many people who show up for a little bit and then quit. And there's so many people who show up for all the wrong reasons. So show up because there's a goal to you that's important. Show up because you want your family or whoever to have like kind of a legacy, okay? To have something in the years to come. Like it's really real to do that with this, okay? You can literally change the trajectory of your future with this business. And it just comes down to saying, why not you, having discipline, and having consistency. And I don't know, I wrote all these notes because I'm not a good speaker, but I think I went into it all. Oh, I basically just wrote down if you don't have a goal and you aren't sure like how to fix things and you're not sure that you even want to, then I just wrote, you don't need to show up on Mondays anymore. So that might be a little harsh, but I'm serious. I don't want you to waste your time and I want you to do something good with it all. So I just say all this because I feel like not only myself, but so many people want to make excuses. And like I said, there are coaches that are out there that are not doing things the right way, that are nowhere near as like gifted as you guys or caring or, you know, have a story to tell. They're just not doing things the right way, but yet you see them shout it out. So why can't you do that too? Like, you can. Yeah, so that was my little bit of tough love. And then I was going to quickly, in like 10 minutes or less, give a few social media tips. We did this a couple weeks ago, but we have different faces on here. And I just feel like obviously social media is kind of the bread and butter of everything. We shouldn't forget that, you know, face to face, our text messages, people we know in real life outside of the internet exist that need our help. We can't forget that. But there's so many people outside of that that we can also be warming up to. Okay. So if you think you have like exhausted your warm market, then, and your warm market meaning like people you already know, I would say revisit that. And in the meantime, we need to be building up your cold, I guess. I don't really like that word. Building up your social presence. Now, so I wanted to say the first couple things that I feel are really important is that you're connecting with the people that already follow you. somehow they're already invested in you. And maybe they follow you, and maybe they don't even, maybe you don't see them like or comment or watch your stories or whatever, but they've already committed to following you. So go into your following, and this is what I've been doing for a couple weeks, and I really feel like it's helped me in this season of like craziness and like chaos. I feel more organized. So go into your following and spend 10 minutes just connecting with those people. And it's solely so that you can like make a connection with a human being and a heartbeat. It's not to just send them an invite. So you pick someone, you go to their page. Now listen, this is a good way to weed people out if they're not your person. You pick someone, you go to their page. Yes, you vibe with them. Give them love, give them a couple comments. If they have stories, watch their stories, and then save them to a collection on your Instagram. And in that collection, you're just going to have this group of people that you're going to keep connecting with and keep building relationships with. And they're going to be people that next month you invite. But you have to build a relationship a little bit before you invite somebody, okay? I'm not like, if they're on your page, liking, commenting, watching, I don't care about the whole like, build that up. Like if they're watching, but if it's somebody in your following that you haven't seen before, like rebuild that connection. Who are they? How did they find you? What do you guys have in common? And what I have found is sending them a message along with it. So kind of like the 5-3-1 method. You like 5 pictures, you comment on 3, you message. I don't care if you do 5-3-1, but in some fashion, you end up messaging them and you tell them what you liked about what you saw, and that you realize you guys were connected on social media. You went through some of their stuff and you really valued XYZ. And maybe you ask where they're from, maybe you ask when their kids are done school, maybe you just ask some sort of open-ended question. But you don't say anything about yourself. Okay? So like I said, this isn't the Megan show. This isn't like the you show either. You want them to know that like you value them, and you want to be adding to like their like a marble jar. Like you fill up the marbles, and the more marbles you get, like the better you've been. So you want to fill them up first. So if you don't know how to do collections, let me just show you real quick. On your Instagram, this bookmark, so there's a thing that pops up that says save to a collection, and you can create anything you want. So it's kind of like Pinterest, where you can create a board, only nobody sees these. So you find someone you like that you connect with, you send them a message, and then you save one of their pictures in a collection, and you title the collection like, I don't know, you could title it like the next month, like July. That way, when in July, you go into the July and you invite those people. But you have to also be going back in there and connecting. Okay, so this is how it goes. 10 minutes of going into your following, or going into people that like, comment, or watch, and just connecting with them on a human being for 10 minutes. That's it. Doesn't matter how many you do. Maybe you do 2, maybe you do 10. Then you're going to go to people that you've already connected with, and you're going to invite people. We have to be inviting people for this to work. Like, it's the only way it's going to work. And I know everybody's like, I don't like to invite, like it's the worst. But if we're not inviting, then we have no business, because even the top coaches, like, who are really successful, they have to invite. And national wake up call after national wake up call after YouTube video after team calls that I would listen to all the time, every single one of them is so disciplined in inviting. They do it regardless of who might be coming to them. And we have to do it. So spend another 10 minutes inviting people, okay? And you need to, I can't tell, I don't want to give you a script to invite. You need to invite people how you would want to be invited, okay? If you are someone who would not want to be beaten around the bush with, then you just have to just invite and straight up, hey girl, I'm signing up girls for my July boot camp and I would love to give you more details. Can I send them over? That's it. Don't say, are you interested? Don't say, do you want to join us? It freaks people out for some reason. But I've been using, can I send you more details? And I've gotten a ton more of, yes, I want to know what's going on. I didn't say they're all signing up, but I got people answering, and that's what matters. So once they say yes, they want more information, then I know they had some sort of interest, and I don't mind asking again and following up. There's a child down there. So you're going to be inviting. Then 10 more minutes, 5 to 10 more minutes, I need you to pick the time. 5's not really enough. So forget I said 5. But 10, come on. We can do 10 minutes of following up with people, okay? So here's the other tip that I want to give you. When I send an invite and someone, and I'm like, I've done all the tracking, I've done all the different things. What is easiest for my mind is this. When I send an invite, and if someone is interested or just details or whatever, and because they've messaged me back, I flag their message. Okay. So hopefully everybody knows what that's like. So if you're in a message with somebody, that little flag at the top, you're going to flag it so it lit up. And then when you go to your inbox, these like little weird setting bar over here, you hit that and you can just choose flagged, and anybody you flagged, anybody you flagged comes up. So you can see all that orange like corner flag, all those people I've flagged. So that is the easiest way that I have felt I can like keep up with being consistent, because I don't have to feel like I have to go sit at my computer and I have to work quiet. Like I have to like carve out this certain time. I can do it, you know, when I'm pushing Bryce on the swing at the park, and I can just flag people from my phone. I can do it when I'm laying in bed with him at night. I'm not saying this is the best way to go about it, but I'm trying to tell you, you can do this and fit it into your day. You don't need to just be able to sit down for an hour and do it. And you can be seriously successful if you are just consistent in the little activities. And so that was 30 minutes. That was it. Okay. So that is the stuff that matters and that is going to push you forward. And it's going to make you so here's the thing. Somebody may do it and hit Success Club this month. Okay. Somebody may do it and and may not hit Success Club. But we don't know what those two people are doing differently, other than like, how are they inviting? What's their social media look like? What are they offering people like of value? Okay. So don't compare yourself. But if you didn't this month, if you didn't sign 3 people up, or you didn't get somebody to purchase Shakeology or whatever, were you consistent in the actions? Because that will boil over to next month. And I promise you, it happens. Okay. So if you're consistent in the small actions, then it works. So told you about collections, told you about the tags. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to go over is another tip is, for a long time, I was like, I don't know where to find people. And everybody has different opinions on it. What works best for me is going into the search of Instagram and going to places, okay? And you can do anything that your heart desires. I find that people who are like normal and that I want to do life with, they post and tag where they went. They don't post and put in hashtags, if that makes sense. Like I was never a person that did hashtags before I was a coach. So I don't think it's worth your time, and I don't think you're going to find people who are not already in some sort of social media business if you go through hashtags. But I think finding people that you can really connect with. So for instance, I love the beach, so I search our beaches all the time. I love Disney, so I search Magic Kingdom all the time. Um, I what are some other ones that I do? Oh, the Outer Banks. Love the Outer Banks, so I search that all the time. And to me, I find more quality people to engage with that way. Um, so that's what I wanted to say about that. The other thing, the last tip I'll give you real quick, is knowing your interests, okay? So you can also find people to connect with easily if you are really in tune to who you are, okay? So for instance, this is just an example. I think Cat and Nat are really funny, okay? So I can go to their page and I can look up their last post and I can look at the people who commented on it, because the people that are commenting on it already have like a gist of social media and are real. If you go to the likes, there's a lot of bots, okay? So that's another way I'll do that. And I only really do that like 10 minutes a day, okay? It's not about adding 50 people or 100 people a day. It's just about finding better quality people. Now, I just want to add, lastly, because Carrie shared this with me the other day, sometimes my brain works really well in these little pockets throughout the day, and I can do it. Other times, though, I need a system, and I need to make one day a day where I am just connecting with people. Like that's all I'm doing. I make another day a day where I'm just inviting people, and that's all I'm doing. And then another day where I'm following up with people, and that's all I'm doing. And then another day where I am just checking in with challengers and coaches, and that's all I'm doing. So you have to find a system that works for you. Your system, your systems and routines and things might change over time, but I've been in all the situations in the last 5 years, and I feel like that suggestion from Carrie, A, has worked really well for me before. I should get back to it. And B, this like little pockets throughout the day has also worked. I also will get, okay, last tip, and then I'm gonna do questions real quick and then we'll go. Also, you're probably 100% more likely to get your invites and work done before you work out. So I know some of you work out really early, but I'm not gonna lie. So, well, I don't know if it was like 3 years ago, Carl Deichler, our CEO, he did this thing. He was doing these groups. He was doing training groups with coaches for a couple months, and I was in one of them. And he did this analogy that I have to share it again in the team page, but it's in there somewhere years ago. This analogy that, like batters, when you go up to bat, you don't just go to home plate and start swinging. You take practice swings and you stand in the batter's box with the donut on the bat and you start taking swings and you just keep going and you keep going. And then you go to first or home plate, and that's when you hit the grand slam or something, okay? So his analogy was saying, he was using it saying, if we start early in the day, the first thing we do, and just start chipping away and taking swings, when we get to home plate, we've already teed ourselves up so much better than if like later in the day we just went to home plate and we didn't practice at all. Probably not doing it justice. He was really good. And I can tell you that for a year, I followed this method of sending 5 invites before my feet even hit the floor out of bed. Like it was what I was doing. And it didn't feel gross. It didn't feel yucky. I was actually like who can I talk to today and invite? And it made the rest of the day easier on myself because you don't know what's going to happen. It's just like we say with our workout. You wait till the end of the day, you might not get it in. Like you're really either not going to want to or you don't get it in because shit's just hitting the fan by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. So I just would challenge you to maybe do stuff in the morning if you can, the hard stuff. Okay. It's easier later on in the day to be just connecting and finding new people. The invites are where we sit or where we get stuck. Okay, so I don't know. That's what I got. But because I get those questions all the time, like where are you finding people? How are you like inviting? So you have to invite how you want to be invited. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to just try different things and you have to say different things and reword it and maybe reword it for every person and not just like send the same thing to the same 5 people. You have to see who you're talking to. Does anybody have any questions or would like to share anything? Okay, I'll just say this real quick. The reason why I like to find people that way is because a lot of people will say, you know, follow your followers' followings. Follow your followers' followings. And I think that that can be a little tricky because a lot of coaches follow each other and a lot of like the bigger teams follow each other. And I think it gets a little tricky, like who's already talking to someone, if that makes sense, or how are you connected to this person? Like Carrie Bennett and I. Carrie lives in Dover. I live in Middletown. We live 30 minutes apart. Okay. So, using locations and just the community and all of that, like we're pretty close. So we might run into the same circles. And if Carrie's been talking to somebody and then I talk to them, I don't know. It's weird to me. So I'd rather go to other places and find people that way than through friends of friends. Like I'm not going to go to a mutual friend of me and Carrie and search her people because it could just get tricky between me and Carrie. And that's not fun. Like if that makes sense, I don't know. Hope that makes sense. So that's it. I don't know. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys maybe do some of those tips this week. I'll find that Carl video and I'll repost it in the team page because it was really good. The analogy, way better than mine. But it has to do with a baseball bat and a donut. And at first I thought donut Fridays like Shantae, but no, it's like a donut on a bat.
Megan, do you mind if I chime in for a second on the diamond?
Oh yeah, go.
We're talking about the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly what I was thinking, but you're talking about like your vision and how when you have a purpose in the business, diamond should be part of that plan. And it really, I mean, a lot of it comes down to income because it's really the best structure for income. What I've explained to my team, what I've had explained to me is you max out, you cap out the cycle bonus at diamond, and you don't cap out higher than that. Like you don't go 2-star and make more cycle bonus. You don't go 3-star, you always make the highest cycle bonus at diamond. So if you're any level below diamond, you're kind of leaving money on the table for Beachbody in terms of the work that you're doing. But also beyond that, like I think it's easy to know that diamond makes sense, but if you've never done it, it feels very hard. And I know that personally because I was like the slowest grower to diamond ever in the entire world. Probably drove Megan crazy. But I think part of that honestly is because I didn't, like she was talking about, I didn't know why I wanted to go diamond. Like I wanted to go diamond because it was shiny and it sounded cool and that's what people were doing. But that's not enough of a reason to get you there. And everything feels hard before you do it. Like Success Club feels hard until you hit Success Club, and diamond feels hard until you hit diamond, and 2-star feels hard until you hit 2-star, like those kinds of things. But I think the most rewarding thing in the business is working through those hard opportunities and finding your resilience and your strength through that difficulty, and then realizing like crap, I just did that. Like, that's awesome. What's next? Like, if you look at it that way, it can be a lot more fun than just like thinking, oh, well, this is hard. That's all I had to say. My sleepy brain.
No, I love that because you're right. It's true. Like, you know, you're not, you think it's super hard because you haven't done it yet, just like our fitness journey. We didn't complete 80-day obsession. It's really freaking hard. And when we complete it, we're like, well, it was hard, but like I actually did it. I can do it. Like there's nothing stopping me from doing that. I did it. So, and that was good. So I just wanted to say, like, as we go on through the weeks, I would love if anybody has like topic ideas or things they want covered, like specifically, that would help a lot. I just don't want to be like spewing all the information. I would rather make it, what you guys need. And here's the thing. I don't know it all. Yeah, I've been a coach for 5 years working, but like every day I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. So I got a YouTube, Google search, whatever. But I will find out. I will find answers. I'll check in with my the other groups that I'm in with higher up coaches, and I'll find our resources and I'll find the answers. So whatever the questions are, whatever the topics you want covered, anything, like we'll do them and we'll figure it out along the way. So yeah, if you have ideas as you're going about your days and your stuff, put them in the team page or be like, hey, would love to hear about this topic, whatever. And that would help. Yeah, that's it.
I have something to share.
Okay.
Connections, like making connections. I had made connections with this one lady. We've been talking back and forth, and I didn't really see anything happening with her because she was more into Herbalife and had been into Herbalife for like a really long time. And I talked to her, and then I hadn't heard from her in a while, but then she reached out and she goes, hey, can I get that Beachbody on demand from you? And so she said, can you just give me the link? So she bought the Beachbody on demand from me because she wanted the workouts. And then I come to find out when she actually ordered her bod, she also ordered a Shakeology sampler to try it. Now I've been talking to her again, and she liked the samples. She's tried different flavors and all that kind of stuff. And her and I like talked back and forth about how to buy it and what it costs and all that kind of stuff. And she turned around and bought a shake. I went into my coach office today and I had 2 Success Club points. And I was like, where'd that come from? Because nobody had reached out to me or anything. And I reached out to her. I was like, she bought a completion pack. I mean, without even, she just bought it. She's like, yeah. She said, I just really like it. And so I was like, I got 2 points on the board without just making that connection and talking with her. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that is awesome. It goes a long way. And I've had things like that happen over the years, and it's true. Mm-hmm. You're like, wait a second, what? And you're like,
yeah.
And you're like,
just through just a connection.
So I really like put time into that person, and gave the right education and didn't like force X, Y, and Z, and it happens down the line. So it might not be now, but like it'll happen. That's great. I'm excited for you. That's good. All right, girls. So we will wrap it up, and I will see you guys next Monday. And we're here. We're chugging along. Did everybody get a picture if they wanted it? Miranda's like, no, not yet.
I got one. It was earlier.
Everyone looks sad in it. You guys need to smile.
What?
I took one, but everyone was like, just like their listening face on. Perfect.
I took one of you eating, Miranda, so you're welcome.
Pardon?
Apparently when I took mine, you were eating, so you're welcome, Miranda.
Perfect.
You're going to have a in my Instagram.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for getting on.
All right.
You guys have a great
Thanks, Meg.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.